With empty supermarket shelves, interest rates cut today to an historic low and the federal government planning a stimulus package, the coronavirus remains the #1 challenge for this country and around the world, and will do so for some time to come. From politicians to medicos to the media as well, we all need to be very careful about causing unnecessary alarm.
And so when it comes to people going about their daily business, I would encourage them to continue to do just that.
With the rapid spread of the virus globally, it might seem inevitable that we'll all eventually be exposed to it, and mortality rates are very low. The key, of course, is to slow its spread, to make sure our health systems can handle the load and buy time for the development of a vaccine. Still, Scott Morrison updated the nation today, revealing he'd spoken to supermarket giants about coping with supply strains, and that the government was also looking at the possibility of imposing more travel bans. Meanwhile, a Chinese student has arrived in Brisbane with the virus after spending a fortnight in Dubai. And authorities in New South Wales are trying to track down passengers who flew in sitting next to one of that state's latest victims. Now, while all this has been going on, the Labor Party and the Canberra Press Gallery have been obsessed with the sports rorts affair, and emails that they say might prove the Prime Minister's office was involved in choosing projects.
Mark? Can I ask a question about the sports grant scheme?
Well, I'm going to focus on coronavirus at the moment. If we've exhausted the interest on coronavirus, I'm happy to deal with other matters. But I've got to say, I think the coronavirus is an issue of much greater concern to Australians today than the politics of Canberra.
That's right, of course, and the PM will be judged primarily on how he manages the pandemic and its economic consequences. But you wouldn't know it in Parliament.
The Prime Minister was up to his neck in decisions on his corrupt sports rort scheme. This Prime Minister has repeatedly and deliberately misled the Parliament and the Australian people about the corrupt sports rort scheme. Will the Prime Minister apologise for repeatedly misleading Australians and this Parliament?
Yeah.
Inside the bubble, politics is infected with the sports rorts fever. Labor's claimed a minister's scalp, of course, and seems to think it can snare the Prime Minister too. It's got the media on side for what looks like a mini-Australian version of an impeachment trial. But the opposition would want to strike some gold soon, or the pursuit of this scandal will start to look as cynical as the pork barrelling that motivated it.